everyone, welcome back to the channel, or maybe welcome for the first time if you're new here. Thanks for clicking on this. If you're a nursing student or you're a new grad nurse, welcome to the world that's incredibly rewarding. But to be real, it can also be a lot. Today I want to talk about something that's super important. It's something that doesn't always get covered in the textbooks, and it sort of gets brushed over, and that's dealing with tough emotions. And these tough emotions can comes with the territory of being a nurse, because let's face it, you're going to see some tough situations. You're going to be there for people during their worst moments and their hardest moments in life. You'll witness pain, you'll experience loss, and sometimes it's just heavy. And it's totally normal for you to feel a plethora of feelings and for it to affect you. You're human. Above all, you're human. You're not a robot. So let's talk about some healthy ways to navigate these feelings and manage them. First off, let's start with acknowledging it. Don't try to be a superhero who feels nothing. That's not possible. If you've had a rough shift, if a patient story has really touched you inside, because you'll get a lot of those, or if you're feeling that weight on you, on your shoulders, it's okay to say, yeah, this is hard. It's okay to say it. Ignoring it or pushing it down, that's not okay. That's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. So eventually it's going to pop back up, and usually at the worst possible time in the worst possible way. So what can you actually do about these feelings? Well, talking helps. Talking helps a lot. So find your people. Find supportive communities. Find someone at work that has gone through the same thing and had to wade through all of these feelings. Even consult people that aren't in the healthcare profession. You have many people outside of your work that aren't in the healthcare profession that can relate to your feelings. Loss, grief, pain. These are all universal feelings that we share and have been through. Just being able to voice what you're feeling and to have someone listen without judgment is gold. It can make a large difference and a large impact on your mental health. You'll probably find that others have gone through, you're most likely find that others have gone through similar things, and that shared experience can be really validating and rewarding to you inside. And it doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be a deep conversation that you have. Sometimes just saying, man, that was a tough one. This was a tough day, to someone else, it's enough. Another thing is finding healthy ways to de-stress outside of work. So what do you enjoy doing? We need to find out what it is we like doing. Okay, we need to develop some hobbies. So a lot of people like to crochet. Find something that you have always wanted to do and go learn it. If you wanted to learn how to play an instrument, take that up. If you wanted to learn a new language, take that up on your days off. What helps you relax and recharge? Like I mentioned, a lot of people crochet and it's relaxing. I like art, so I paint. I draw. A lot of people like to exercise, get those endorphins flowing, and it gives them that good feeling. Listening to music. I love music. I love to listen to it while I'm painting. It helps me relax. Spending time in nature. Some of us need to go touch grass and go for a hike. I love that as well. Reading a good book. Just a good book just sets you over the edge and just makes you mull over every word and takes you into a whole new world. So that's another one. Or having a good laugh with good friends. All of these can help you mentally. Make that a priority. It is not a luxury. It's essential for you and your well-being and your ability to still show up for your patients and do what you do every single day that you are part of the nursing career. So think about it. If your own cup is empty, you cannot pour out of that cup into someone else's. It's not possible. I mean, you can pour some air. So those hobbies and those moments of self-care, they are a part of your job. They're a part of what makes you you. They're literally what keeps you going. Next up, it is very important to set boundaries. This can be tricky, especially when you're new and you want to give your all and you want to get in there and you want to create a lasting legacy and you want to change the world. But you have to learn to leave work at work as much as possible. You have to do what you need to do. Create a little ritual for yourself when you get off of work. If you're a night shift, blast that music. Blast that old NWA in the car. Go to Dutch Bros drive-thru. Go get a coffee. Call up a friend on your way home. Call up a relative on your way home. See how they're doing. Do what you need to do. Develop that ritual. Take a nice soothing bath when you get home. Get out of them scrubs. Again, do what you need to do that will help you mentally switch gears. Above all, please remember to be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. There will be days when you feel like you didn't say or do the right thing, you didn't implement the right procedure, or you wish you could have done more or something differently. That's part of learning and growing, and everyone has those days. From the doctor to the janitor, we all have those days. Like, don't beat yourself up. Instead, maybe reflect on what you could do better the next time. Reflect on the situation so that you can do things a little differently in next time, and review and reflect on what happened, what you learned, how you might approach things differently next time, and just have those takeaways for yourself. It is also okay to seek professional help if you really need it. If you are really struggling with these things, there's absolutely no shame in going to see a mental health professional and seeking help from them. They can provide you with tools and resources that you need and strategies to help cope with all of these emotions and the demands of the nursing profession. And they do this in a safe and confidential space. So think of it as another form of self-care, like going to the doctor for your physical body. This is going to the doctor for your mental health. And that is just as important as your physical health. Just remember that going to see a therapist is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength, because you are recognizing that you need help in an area and you're taking the necessary steps to go and get that help. Many hospitals and healthcare systems do offer an employee assistance program, EAP, otherwise known as, and they may provide you with a set amount of counseling sessions for free under this program. Maybe 6 or 4 in a year. So I would take advantage of that if you're finding yourself struggling. Finally, try to find moments of light in the darkness. I know this is hard, especially in the moment when you're going through something or you've just experienced something with a patient. But even in the midst of the most difficult situations, there can be some sort of moment of connection. A small bit of gratitude that can be seen in the situation, or just a small, tiny victory. Sometimes focusing on those things can help you to reframe and reset your mind and balance out the heavier stuff that you're experiencing with some positivity. I've had a few experiences in my baptism by fire new grad moment at the bedside. I've seen a few people die. One in particular was someone that was a quadriplegic and had COVID. They were on the COVID floor and a code was called. This was not my patient. I arrived to the room late. It was bombarded with a whole bunch of medical personnel, doctors fighting with respiratory therapists and yelling at each other, and nurses performing CPR on this patient, and I just knew that this patient was gone. They knew it too. You could see it on their face. As they were doing CPR, this patient was literally flopping on the bed. There was just no life there. And what happened was the nurse rounded on him, but about 20 minutes later, she went back in the room. The patient was non-responsive, and this patient was there for COVID. Another patient was my patient that I was getting a report on when I was being precepted. So my preceptor and I were getting report on this patient from another new grad that was being precepted by another nurse. And that nurse, the seasoned one who was a preceptor, was giving report to my nurse, the other preceptor. And while she was giving report, my preceptor walked up to the patient because he looked odd. First of all, he was not covered. His private parts were out. Like, he was not covered. The cover was not on him, and his private parts were just out. And he was not moving. He just did not look like he was sleeping either while we were talking. And so my preceptor bent down, tried to listen to any breathing and try to look and see if his chest was rising and falling. None of that was going on. So he's like, is he dead? And, you know, conversations ensued there. The preceptor was like, no, I don't think he is. Ran to go get the vital sign machine. All dashes, all blank. Nothing came up on the screen. CPR commenced. There was no reviving that happened. The man passed away. The other new grad and her preceptor said they literally went in there 10 minutes ago. So we have no idea what happened. I came away from that having no idea what happened, but it was the first death that I had seen. And it's funny how, for me, it didn't take long to understand that bedside is not for me. You think that you can handle things, and you would think that I would have known that. When I went into this whole career, I thought that, I knew that this would come with the territory. Of course, you're going to see people die, but you're also going to help them live, right? But it didn't dawn on me how much this would take a toll on me. Seeing someone die. Granted, I didn't see him die, but just the fact that there was life here minutes before I came onto the floor took a toll on me emotionally. And I should have known this, but sometimes you don't see the things. Sometimes you need to experience things in order to know that it's not for you. And that's exactly what happened with me at the bedside. And I swear, if there weren't other types of nursing available and it was just bedside, I would not be here as a nurse today. But I'm thankful for at least that. So sometimes you need to experience things to know that it's not for you. For me, it doesn't take that long. If I experience something and I don't like it, I'm not going to do that thing again. I'm not going to put myself through torture in order to try to get over that. Seeing people die is not something I can get over. I've also heard stories in that time of people in the ED trying to revive children that have drowned, that have come in through ambulance and weren't able to revive them. And these people tearing up or having their moment in the medication room or in the bathroom to release some tears because they weren't able to get over that. This is not something I know that I can do. And you can call it what you want. I just know myself. And that is something that I've had to come to a conclusion that bedside nursing is not for me. Sometimes it is not for you. And if you go through this career and you find that it's absolutely not for you, even after getting help and doing all of these things that I mentioned, please do yourself a favor. Find some other type of nursing job where you can be more suitable and have your peace of mind, because no job is worth losing your mental stability and depressing yourself over. It is true, we are all going to die someday, but that doesn't mean you need to be exposed to it and ruin your mental health every single day of your life, okay? So overall, take care of you, do what's best for you, and forget the rest. If you can, remember the why of why you got into nursing and let that be a light for you as well. This situation that is happening before you does not take that away, and I don't think that it ever could. The journey of nursing or going into the healthcare profession, period, it isn't always easy. It's not easy. But all of us have those days where it's just hard, or a patient just tanks on us and we are not able to get them back. But I am encouraging you to take care of yourself. You are important. Lean on each other. And remember that it is okay to feel all of these emotions, no matter who you are. It is what makes you a compassionate, unique person and an empathetic nurse. So, what are the ways that you cope with all of these difficult emotions? Drop them down below, help others. Give some suggestions, some thoughts, some experiences. Let's support each other. And if you found this video helpful, please do give it a like, subscribe to my channel, share, give it to somebody that really needs it. Share it with a classmate or a colleague who might need to hear this. But above all, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for being the amazing nurses or aspiring nurses that you are. The health profession needs you. Thank you and have a great week. Bye-bye.